Good morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. Today is the first day of your life. It's important. What are you going to do with it? Remember, I talked about cleaning up any of that residue that you left behind yesterday, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually. If you're down and out and angry and depressed, you're the only one that made the mess. You're the only one that can clean it up. Yesterday is gone and we are not promised tomorrow. Okay, I want to go over that wonderful list of all the things that control us throughout the day. Sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude, enabling, people pleasing, not able to say no. Drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage, porn, controlling everybody around you but yourself. Distractions everywhere. Then you have nothing but excuses. Gambling, work, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcasts, news, caffeine, surgeries, pain, never having enough, being in a relationship with a man or a woman, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually abusing one another. Or you may want to add to the list. Okay, today I want to talk about the 7 key ways child's minds works, what's going on in the young minds and why kids act the way they do. And I'm finding that even through this relates to adults also. Young kids often don't make sense to parents, at least not logically. That's because they're ruled by their emotions. That's why I'm doing a whole podcast on emotions. Even though they can't tell their parents what they're feeling, when we see the world through a child's emotions only lens, however, it starts to make sense. So they are number one, their primary need, connection at all costs. It's so important that we keep up the communication. Number two, feeling small can mean feeling helpless and afraid. You never know what they're afraid of. Number three, seeing the world in black and white. They want to see everything to make sense. Preserving the parent as all good. They tend to pick sides. Egocentrism, egocentrism, avoiding shame, feeling overwhelmed. What this means for parents. It's funny. How to prevent unhealthy narratives in your child. Shifting a supportive role rather than a directive one helps foster mutual respect and understanding. One of the things I always do as a grandma and with my children, this is one of the most important things is isolation and keeping the connection. It's number one, the number one thing to keep them from drowning. And no matter how bad my stages my kids went through, what I went through, um, I made sure we always communicated, even if it was screaming and yelling and MFing one another. I wanted to keep it going. I wanted to keep the emotions flowing. I wanted to keep the conversation going until they got to the other side. And I knew they had to get to the other side. And with my grandchildren, those car rides, picking them up from school, I ask questions. I have them talk. You won't believe what you can get out of children when you ask questions and then you find out what's really going on because they splurt it out. And either the one brother or the sister tells on one another of what's really going on. Isolation is probably the worst thing. Seeing them play on their phones or tablets or isolating in a room for hours and allowing it is abuse. They should not be in there. It's abuse. You need to get them out. I don't care what they say. You need to get them moving. You need to get them outside. We need everything. That back to the balance of adults. There needs to be outdoor playing every single day. They need to be outside every single day. They need sunshine every single day. They need the blinds open every single day. They need light in the house every single day. We all do. We all do. This isolation, this playing with the phones and not looking up and not communicating is dangerous for everyone, for our society, for our community. So today, what I'm going to suggest is if it's you, if it's your children, it could be you, limit yourself to your objects, to 1 hour a day, and that is it. There's no reason to be staring at, unless you're at work and you have to use your computer. That's a different story. Or you're working on a project. That's a different story. But be aware of what you're doing, what your kids are doing. And everybody's going to go through detox. The kids are going to want to scream at you, yell at you, MF you. There should be phones taken off of them, vices taken off of them. There needs to be boundaries around all of this. I even stopped watching the news because it's a depressant. And watch a movie together. One of my most favorite things was watching movies with my boys growing up. We loved it. We used to pick different series and had so much fun watching movies, making remarks, cracking up, laughing. So get different, get creative. I was just working with a client yesterday and I said, isn't it beautiful that you could recreate your whole life? Stop doing the same thing over and over again. I was working with another client and I said, there's a solution to everything. So his daughter wants to make money, and I said, "Well, start being creative with having her help you. You're an business owner, and she could start helping you on the job. She could start making money that way." And you know what he did? She wanted $20. She had to help him move some steel stuff before she went out with her friends, and it was time with the two of them to be together. Start getting creative with your work at home. There's plenty of work: pulling weeds, cutting grass. There's just so much work that needs to be done. Cleaning the house, cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the toilets, cleaning the rooms. There's plenty of work for them to make money every week instead of you hiring somebody to come in and do it. Believe me, they're capable. After dinner, before dinner, set the table, clean up. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And this is why we get so depressed and so angry, because all these tasks are on the parents. It's a win-win for everybody. So the children, the parents, we all need to be doing our part, but it's us, we, the parents, the grandparents, to set the tone, be the leader, create the day, create the journey, create the fun, go to the park, set down the vices. Did you know that discipline is freedom and discipline is love? And when you discipline, that shows how much you do love, not by saying yes, yes, yes. It's by saying no, no, no. And remember, balance. Not too much of anything, our kids, our partner, our play, our work. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is affected by it. You teach yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect that you give yourself, that is the level of love and respect you do get in return. Remember, the goal for all of us truly is life in harmony. Our thinking can make or break us. That is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long. It has to be as natural as going to the bathroom, or else your head gets backed up. Remember, if you have an attitude today, be attitude, being in the highest possible state of happiness, good humor, and contentment with the way things are. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, we need those breakdowns to have those breakthroughs. People say, I want to help be a part of taking care of the world. Here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself all day and be a living example, that is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have worth. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world, doing your part, no exceptions. The answers lie in each and every one of us. Hey, you manipulators, smooth talkers, narcissisms, your words mean nothing and your actions say everything. I'm going to read a beautiful saying by Louise L. Hay. Addictions, you're running from yourself, not knowing how to love yourself, loving treatment. Deep at the center of my being, there's an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. Excuse me. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my conscious, my very being, and radiates from me in all directions and returns to me multiplied. The more love I use and give, the more I have to give. The supply is endless. The use of my love makes me feel good. It's an expression of my inner joy. I love myself, therefore I take lovingly care of my body. I lovingly feed it nourishing foods and beverages. I lovingly groom it and dress it, and my body lovingly responds to me with vibrant health and energy. I love myself, therefore I provide for myself a comfortable home, one that fills all my needs and is a pleasure to be in. I fill the rooms with vibration of love, so all who enter, myself included, will feel this love and be nourished by it. I love myself, therefore I work at a job that I truly enjoy doing, one that uses my creative talents and abilities, working with and for people that I love and love me, and earning a good income. I love myself, therefore I behave and think in a loving way to all people, for I know that what I give out returns to me multiplied. I only attract loving people in the world, for they are a mirror of what I am. I love myself, therefore I forgive and totally release the past and past experiences. I am free. I love myself, therefore I live totally in the now, experiencing each moment as good and knowing that my future is bright and joyous and secure. For I'm a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me now and forever, and so it is. Trust the process. No more questioning. All I need is taken care of. Louise L. Hay. Okay, I told you I like to read from different books. The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and he helped me with my emotions. That thing that children struggle with, well, so do adults. This is huge. That's why I love this book, and I'm doing his book. Two kinds of experiences. Two kinds of experiences can occur that block the heart. You are either trying to push energies away because they bother you, or you are trying to keep energies close because you like them. In both cases, you are not letting them pass, and you are wasting precious energy by blocking the flow through resisting and clinging. We've all had experiences that we resisted or tried to keep within ourselves. Maybe you got embarrassed while giving a speech in grade school, and now you get nervous every time you have to speak publicly. Or perhaps you got the lead role in the high school drama team's yearly play, and you still tell everyone about it and pine to be a great actor. Right about a time when you had an experience that was not comfortable and you pushed it away, does it still try to come up? Do you still find yourself continuing to resist it? How does it feel to cling to something that is no longer happening? Now, write about an experience you enjoyed so much that you didn't want it to stop. Well, a couple things. I do a lot of speaking, and I remember my first big group in front of 50 attorneys, and I was so nervous. Had a whole spread. They were eating. They wanted me to eat. I stayed in the bathroom and just sat on the toilet for a half hour. Just you know what, my brain's out, and did a lot of praying. And as I passed out all the information to everyone, my hands were shaking so bad. I had to sit on my hands before I started to speak so they didn't see how bad I was shaking. And there was a guy that tried to embarrass me in front of everyone. And I learned from this workshop that I will never hand out papers with questions. I will never let anybody know. I am now in secrecy about what I'm saying and what I'm doing because people prejudge, people assume that they know, and then they don't look at it at all. That's why I do numbers for my titles, so you don't even know what I'm talking about because you think you already know what I'm going to talk about. So this guy embarrassed me in front of everybody, and I said to him, he goes, "What kind of questions are these?" And da 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 da. And I said to everybody, "Is he always this way?" And they go, "Yeah." And I said, "You can leave now." And he goes, "No, no, please let me stay." Well, what had happened was his wife left him, and he was taking it out on me, and he thanked me for letting him to stay. And he said, "I never ever did a course so beautiful in his life." But he already assumed it was going to be this, it was going to be that. So that's why I only do numbers on my podcast, so you don't assume what I'm going to talk about. So you listen to it anyways, because there's always something you're going to get out of it. And then in my relationships, of how I looked at my first relationship and how I look at my second relationship, and how I know that we have to create everything. I don't assume anymore. I don't live in fantasy world anymore, and that's the difference. And I don't hold on to good and bad feelings anymore. I've matured to a level that I'm not controlled by anything, and it's up to me to change how I react. It's up to me to change when somebody hurts me, or my partner hurts me, or my children hurt me. I come up with solutions. I say to my son, "That hurt me when you said that." And I tell you what, he changes it real fast. I was with my grandchildren, and we were all eating, and I did something. I didn't realize I was being demanding. And I had to watch how I was speaking. I was really, really hungry. And I forgot to say please and thank you. And that's not like me. It was just, I was like acting like a hungry animal. And it was cute. My son and the kids, the grandchildren corrected me. And I go, "I am so sorry. I will never do that again." I could just hear them correcting me. But I am open for constructive criticism. It was beautiful how they corrected me. And I will really pay attention to that and make sure I always say please and thank you, even if I'm a hungry little piggy. And we all help one another. There's no such thing as the parent knows it all. Oh, our children and grandchildren can teach us a lot. So today, I want you to be open if you're closing, like Michael Singer said, and if you're way, way high and if you're way, way low. I want you to stay in that middle and not take anything personally, not assume that you know and predict and assume that you know what they're going to say, you know what they're going to do. No, but you change how you react. You keep yourself heart open all day, no matter how somebody acts with you. And remember, work on one thing at a time. Eventually, it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. What's controlling you? I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss the loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. Be true to ourselves. The answers lie in each and every one of us. Everything we do is a practice and a discipline to master what we want. I will take charge of my life today and realize I'm in charge of all my decisions. I will know when it's time to bow out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anybody to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability is key. We cannot do it alone. We always lie to ourselves. Two heads are better than one. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will accept and say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I'm willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. Do 2 things a day that you don't want to do to have a successful day. My 2 things are always getting up early, doing my podcast, working out, and keeping my food clean, and the rest will follow. And we can all heal together one day at a time. It is a decision from our head to our heart. You can reach me at createyourspirit@gmail.com. Leave your number. I'll go over my workshops and my books. If you want to learn about my services, lifeinharmonyonline.com. Leave your number. I'll go over my services. Remember, I'm doing the podcast Monday through Friday. Hit that colorful round button that says subscribe. Share it with everybody you love and respect. In 30 days, you're going to say, wow. In 1 year, you will not recognize yourself. And remember, in order to get the podcast out, please share it with 10 other people and have them share it with 10 other people. And the more people we help win, the more we win. And remember, I want you to have a dumbfounding day today. And thank you for listening.